An Alaska Airlines pilot who is suing her employer says she believes that what happened to her is an industry-wide issue that is often swept under the rug. Betty Pina, an Alaska Airlines first officer and former military pilot, claims that she was drugged and raped by her co-pilot during a layover last June. "I believe that this is an underreported, swept under the rug, not dealt with issue in our industry," Pina told ABC News. "It's not just our airline," Pina alleges that she was drugged and raped by her captain, whom she named as 50-year-old Paul Engelien. The assault happened during a 3-day assignment in June of last year at a hotel room during a layover they had in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She said she decided to take action in hopes of protecting other women. "How many other victims are out there? I may not be the first case, but I hope to be the last," she said. "It's time to take responsibility. The culture needs to change. We can't sweep this under the rug any longer. I trusted my captain," Pina said. "We had a lot in common. He was military and he has foster kids, and I was a foster kid, and so I didn't see any threats." In the lawsuit, Pina, a decorated Army helicopter pilot with 17 years of aviation experience, alleges Engelien invited her for drinks at the hotel in between flights. Engelien, who is married, was the senior pilot for the flight, which began on June 4 and ended June 6. Pina was the first officer. She said Engelien made her feel comfortable with a lot of military speak and invited her to go on a hike and asked if she would speak to his friend's daughter about becoming a pilot. During a layover in Minneapolis on June 5, Pina said Engelien invited her to the concierge room in their hotel where some of the crew would be hanging out, eating pizza and drinking wine. According to the lawsuit, Engelien gave Pina her first glass of wine without any problems. Things then became uncomfortable after she claims the captain brought her a second glass of wine. After taking just 2 sips, she began having a hard time keeping her head up and things appeared to be closing in. From there, "I don't remember leaving the concierge room, the elevator ride, or walking down the hallway to my room," she told the Seattle Times. The next thing she remembers is waking up and being pulled on her right ankle, the lawsuit claims. "When I woke up, everything was hazy. I remember seeing a figure, somebody pulling at my right ankle and rolling over and trying to say no, and then I was out again." She allegedly woke up again hours later on Engelien's vomit-soaked hotel bed wearing her top and bra, but no pants or underwear. "This is the part when it all kind of clicked," she told ABC News. "I saw the nightstand, and I saw my black purse, and I opened it to see if my phone was in there because I could feel it, and my underwear were in my purse. And I am just freaking out. Why would I put my underwear in my purse? I've never done anything like that," she added. "That to me seemed like he did that. He wanted to clean it up, or obviously this was very calculated. It's very orchestrated." The lawsuit alleges that when Pina confronted the captain about what had occurred, he denied any WAL contact and said, "You were coming on to me pretty hard." When Ms. Pina challenged Mr. Engelien as to what had occurred, he denied any WAL contact, the complaint said. Pina also said that while she was in Engelien's room she heard him on the phone, admitting to an airline official that he had been drinking that night. The lawsuit states that a flight attendant had reported Engelien to the first officer on duty, saying she saw him walking in the hotel hallway with a girl and 2 glasses of wine. The flight attendant told the first officer that she did not feel comfortable flying with the pilot. Engelien and Pina had been scheduled to pilot a flight back to Seattle that morning, but they were pulled off and put in 2 coach seats on a flight headed to the city. Pina reported the incident to her union representative 2 days after the encounter but did not go to the police. She said she initially did not feel comfortable reporting the alleged rape, but decided to alert the Airline Pilots Association when she found a bruise in the shape of a handprint on her thigh. They were both interviewed by airline officials and representatives from the pilots' union over the next 2 days. Pina's lawsuit comes at a time of the global Me Too and Time's Up movements, which have seen hundreds of women speaking out against WAL harassment and misconduct, particularly in the workplace. The lawsuit argues that Engelien's grossly abusive actions epitomize the necessity and purpose of the Me Too movement. Pina said she is also considering pursuing a criminal case against the married pilot. Following Pina's allegations, the airline hired lawyer Marcella Reed to investigate whether Pina and Engelien had violated a company policy prohibiting pilots from drinking alcohol 10 hours before a scheduled flight. Engelien has been grounded and has been taken off the line during the investigation. Alaska Airlines told DailyMail.com that they would not comment on the open and active investigation. What we can say is that we're taking this matter seriously. It is our policy to withhold an employee from work during this type of investigation, airline spokeswoman Ann Johnson said. What we can say is that we're taking this matter seriously. The safety and well-being of our employees and guests is a top priority. Meanwhile, support for the Pina has been growing on social media. Unless you publicly deal with your pilot rapist Paul Engelien, my family and all of our co-workers will stop using at Alaska Air. Support Betty Pina, one user wrote. Remove the accused predator pilot and fix this problem immediately. Another chastised the airline.
Tell me where the freak's at.